Ciao! Today I want to show you how your inboxes works and how you can better engage with your customers and collaborate with your teammates as well. So let's get started. Here on the left, you notice you will have a series of inboxes. You're gonna have your inboxes, your mentions, the messages you're scheduled, and all the teams. Consider teams like a channel, okay, or like an actual team within your organization. So if you have the support team or the sales team or the developers team, you can definitely have 3 teams separated for each of them. And then, of course, you're gonna have all the teammates' inboxes. So you can always know what your teammates are working on. If you see right now, we have selected the support team, and here we have got 3 different conversations. All of them are open. You can also select the closed one to see back any past conversation. Let's go back to the opens. And you can see that Katie wrote a message 5 minutes ago, and Katie is currently online. You can see this green dot over here. As you can see, you can also filter the conversation based on the sorting, so from the oldest to the newest and vice versa. But you can also filter the conversation based on conversation tags. For example, right now, you're gonna see all of them, but we can also filter the ones without tags. And as you can see, we've got just one. Let's see, I want to focus right now on the in progress. And again, you're gonna see only the conversation with the in progress tag. How you can change this tag, basically, is just clicking this button and saying, okay, this is a priority right now. So it's gonna disappear from the support open filtered by in progress. Let's go back to all to see them all. As you can see, there is this small icon over here. This means that the last reply has been sent by one of your teammates. So you will always know if the last message is from your teammate or is from the customer. So this one here is missing a reply. So let's go back to the center, the Katie conversation. And you can see on the top that we have got a few buttons. What they do. This one is to change any tag. This one will help you to send a transcript to yourself or to the customer via email. You can always assign a conversation to any of your teammates or teams. You can now also type down the team or the teammate you're searching for, and without using the mouse anymore, you could just press enter and assign it to sales. So let's assume that we are in the sales team as well. So let's go back to Katie. Katie has a few information that you can see over here. The conversation has been opened at this page. You're gonna see their pictures, their status, for example, right now has gone offline, but we can start doing some work here. So we can start replying. Let's say you have got this question quite often. What would you do? You can type the reply every single time, or you can use a canned response. How you can use canned responses? So first of all, you need to add them. But let's assume that you have got a canned response. How they work? There are 2 ways. The first one is the quickest one, is using the shortcuts. So the shortcut starts with an hashtag and then the ID of the shortcut itself. In this case, we're going to use meeting because the person is asking for a demo. So let's write down meeting, and we can, since it's selected and it's the first one and we want to use it, we can type enter. This way, Customerly is going to replace automatically the name of the person, and it's going to add all the information for this customer. But you know, we added a message first. So that means that you can use canned responses also for small parts of your messages, such as a simple welcome here or a closure, such as your own signature. So you can type down the message, hit the hashtag button, and then search for your own signature. But let's assume for now that we're going to send this message as it is. You have two ways to send this message. You can click on the send button, or you can click and enable the enter to reply function. This way, if you hit enter, the message will be sent. You notice here, we've got two different information. First of all, you've got the sent, whenever the message has been sent. And then the second information is this double check mark that is telling us that this user actually read our message. As you can see over here, the message, for example, has been sent via email, because in this case, the user was online at the time we sent this message. But what happens if the user goes offline? We are going to send this automatically for you via email. And as you can see, it's been sent via email and has not been seen yet, because otherwise this should be a double blue check mark. Maybe you're wondering what you can do in order to add a canned response like this. You can always add a canned response from a message you have been sending this way. So you click on this plus button and you can add a title, you can add a shortcut, you can decide either to share the canned response with your teammate or make it yours. So if you use any property name, such as name, phone, everything, in this part, basically we're going to replace the existing property value with the actual one that your customer has. As you've been seeing before, Katie has been replaced because we had the lead name Katie. So that's the only thing you should know regarding the canned responses. You've got quite a few more things to use in your inboxes, such as, for example, the instant translation. So let's assume that you're speaking with any of your Italian customers, okay? So you can click translate and immediately understand what they're writing to you. Now, what if you want to communicate with them in Italian, but you don't know Italian, right? So you can speak in your own native language, and by clicking this button, we're gonna translate instantly for you any message. And now you can send it and the user will be able to see it in their own native language. You will also have here the recognized language. Now, let's say that I want to schedule this message for later or for next Monday, for example. What you can do, instead of sending the message, is clicking on this arrow and click tomorrow, Monday, or a custom date where you want to send this message. So let's send it. So let's schedule it for tomorrow at 9 a.m. So let's schedule it for tomorrow at 9 a.m. And here we go. So over here, you will know that there is a scheduled message for this conversation. If you click on it, you're gonna see the actual message, the time that will be sent out, and you can now edit the message, reschedule the message, send it now, or also delete it. Remember, you can always find all your scheduled messages over here. You will see all the conversations and all the messages you want to send. Another cool thing about the new inboxes is that you can now select and send Help Center articles without leaving your inboxes. So if you click this button and you want to search an article, you can press the article, and if you have the article over here, you can just click it and we are going to add it to your message. You can also search for it and then click on the article. Now, when you send it, the user will be able to see it as an external link. So it's going to be sent to your own App Center. We're going to cover the App Center in another video. But for now, you know that you can add any App Center articles within your messages. Cool. Now, you're maybe are wondering what you can do to involve your team in this conversation. This is super easy. There is a note, an internal note that you can use in order to communicate within the same conversation without losing sight of what the customer is saying. Now you can also involve your team by tagging them. You can tag an entire team or you can tag a teammate. So let's say we want to tag Puma. Now, when you send it, the customer will not be able to see this message, be reassured, but Puma will be able to see and help you out. So she can continue working with you with private notes, or she can also reply to the customer with the right message. And you can also use keyboard shortcuts to speed up your workflow while using the inboxes. The last part that we're going to cover on the inboxes is the right side. So the right dashboard is a series of details about to whom you're speaking to, any lead or any users you're speaking to. In this case, the person you're speaking to is a lead. So it's not a user, it's not someone that is authenticated in your platform. So you're gonna have the last page viewed, the lead rating, the lead information, the name, the email, the IP address, the language, the location, everything. You can also see the entire profile over here. You can see all the past conversation you have got with this customer. You can add note for the customer. So this is an internal note for the conversation, but if you want to share with your teammates something related to the customer, you might want to use this field over here. Tags are also very important to manage any automated messaging, such as, for example, something that you can do is adding an happy tag, and after this tag has been inserted, maybe there is a workflow sending to them an email asking a review on your favorite review system. Lead properties are something very important. It's the key behind Customerly. It's where you store every piece of information about your customers. So for example, the phone number is going to be one of the pieces of information you're going to store there. But there is no phone property right now, so we can create it. Phone is going to be text. You can add a small description for your internal teammates, but that's fine. Phone is quite easy to understand. Let's create this property. Now that the property has been created, you can add the actual phone number. Here we go. From now on, this customer will have the phone number saved securely on Customerly. So you can always access this property. You can use it for later emails or checking any kind of information, creating a list of similar customers. We're going to discover this very soon. Also over here you will have the series of events they've been triggering on your platform, and as well the list that they belong to. You can always collapse any of those, and you can always select what you want to see first. So let's say I want to have the info on the top and the conversation as a second one. You see, now you have a better organization of your right dashboard based on your own workflow. Cool. So a few more things. You can collapse the inboxes and check this, so you will have a wider space to work with. You can use the search functionality to search any past conversation or any contacts in your CRM. You can search by name and you can search also by email. Last but not least, this is the most coolest part of all the inboxes. If you want to video call and screen sharing with your customers, you can click this button while they are online and you can start a video call instantly within your website without leaving it. People will be super happy about it. This is super helpful when you're trying to understand what's happening on the other side, what's happening with their current situation, but also it's going to be super helpful to close any deals when your users are there searching for a solution like yours. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you like your new inboxes like we do. Thank you so much. Bye.